Educators with Kimmi. I'm your host, Kimmi Nunnally. And guess what? We're talking today all about the power of attorney. Who's, who's got the power? Excuse me, do you have the power? Who has the power? We're talking about the power of attorney. What is it? As notaries, why do they call? I'm going to give you some tips. I hope my internet service will continue. I'm actually in a bad area. I already know this. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to Notary Educators with Kimmi. So we're going to talk about the power of attorney today and again, a little training on that. I also want to welcome those who will watch the replay, those who will listen to the replay on the podcast. Hey, we got quite a few people this evening. How's everybody doing? So let's start by asking the question, do you know what a power of attorney is? Put a 1 if you've completed one already. Put a 1 in the chat. If you've not completed one, you're kind of scared of them. You don't know what it is. Would a notary have to complete it or have anything to do with it? Hey, Javonna. What's up? What's up? Javonna's in mentorship. How's mentorship going for you, Javonna? How are you doing with mentorship? Charnel. Hey, Charnel. That's a new name for me. Hey, Charnel. Welcome. Javonna says, yes, she's doing them. Okay, very good. She knows what it is or knows what they are or are actually doing them. She's loving mentorship. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to talk about the power of attorney, for those who may be new, because this is a common question. Hey, Charnel. This is a common question that I get all the time. So I want to talk about it. And we had a little tricky one in our chat, our private members chat yesterday. And we may not deep dive into that because this is not the forum for that. It's gonna go way over your heads, but if you know, you know. Javonna says got stamped yesterday, so waiting to get first client. Okay, very good, Javonna. Very good. So keep watching your videos. Have you watched the estate/trust training yet? Let me know. So that's the training that we'll be kind of highlighting today. So let's get right into it. So what is a power of attorney? A power of attorney is a document that allows someone else to complete or conduct business on your behalf. So for example, mom may be in a nursing home and she cannot facilitate things on her own. She can't handle her business for whatever reason. It may be that she's ill. She's actually being rehabilitated from a fall or knee surgery or anything. She's under medication, and for some reason she cannot call the light company and handle her bills, or she may not be able to call the gas company, so she needs you to handle all that kind of stuff for her. So she said, you know what, I'm going to let my daughter do it. I'm going to let my son do it, or whomever she chooses. Okay, so that's what it is. There are different types of power of attorneys. Okay, there are many types. So every power of attorney is not going to need the things that we're going to talk about today. But today I'm going to go over some of the more complex power of attorneys with you. Okay. So again, all of them are not created equal. So don't say, oh, I watched Kimmi's video, so this one must have ... That's not true. They're not created equal. That's the first thing I teach you in training is don't memorize documents. Don't memorize what we're going to talk about today. I want you to use what we're going to talk about today as a point of reference. But this is not what you're going to see every single time you see a power of attorney. They're all going to look different, okay? That's going to be depending on what state you are. It's going to be depending on what the power of attorney is. There are different ones. I cover all of them in my estate/trust training, okay? So you can purchase that individually. 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025 at notaryeducatorsllc.com, or it's actually included all-inclusive in our all-inclusive #1 notary mentorship training. Okay, so the video library, it's actually included in that. Even the apostille, because everybody apostille crazy, right? That course is not $500. My apostille course, if you want to buy it on its own, is just $77. Or it's also included in mentorship. When I said I want you guys to win in 2025, we're going to all win in 2025. If you really want to be a notary and you really want to do this thing, I got you. From January 1, there's been no games. And the people in mentorship, they know this, okay? So let's get into it. So we talked about what it is. Now, when it comes to a power of attorney, let's do an example of what the phone call is going to look like when someone calls you, okay? This is just a mock phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Thank you for calling None Better Notary. Hey, my name is John, and my mom's over in a nursing home over in Alpharetta, and I need to know, can you go there? We have a power of attorney. Oh, okay. Mom's in a nursing home. May I ask, does your document require any witnesses? And they're going to look at the document and they're going to say yes or no. We'll come back to that. Now, is mom alert? Does she know what she's signing? Yes, mom is alert. She does know what she's signing. Okay, great. She's aware that she's signing a power of attorney. Yes, ma'am, she is. Okay, very good. So we do have our witnesses in place. Who would that be? Oh, I'm going to use the hospital staff. The doctor told me that he would do it as well as the nurse. And I'm going to push back, being the notary that I am, because typically hospital staff will not serve as the witness. Okay. You may get a social worker occasionally that may, but typically hospital staff is not going to do it. It is what's called a conflict of interest. So when he's telling me, oh, the doctor and the nurse is going to do it, I'm going to push back. Mr. Smith, can you just confirm that for me prior to the appointment or before the appointment? Use small words. Before the appointment, I want to make sure that they are, because typically the hospital staff won't serve as a witness on a document. So I just want to make sure that they are going to do that, because if they're not, it's going to affect the whole signing. And that's what he's going to say. Oh, he's going to do the same thing I'm doing. Really? Yeah. So I need him to double check it, right? Because if I go to the hospital to do the signing and he does not have the correct witnesses in place, and he don't even have any witnesses, and he gets there in the hospital, say, oh, you know what, we talked to administration and we can't do it, we got a problem. The document will not be signed. Okay. So this is why you have to know what you need to know in order to ask your client. So this is called screening questions. And I teach this in my class. I have it in my new journal. I'll show you that shortly. But I want to make sure you're thoroughly prepared. And we had a situation the other day with someone where I knew, based on the questions that they were asking me, that they did not ask their client the proper questions. Okay. So I know if you've studied if you're doing mentorship, I know if you're ready to go out or not based on your questions. You're always welcome to ask me questions and ask the group and ask the team questions. But I already know, based on some of your questions, that one, either you have not studied the program. Okay, the program will work if you work the program. Or two, you have not asked your screening questions to your client. So I'm not talking to your client. I'm your mentor. I'm your educator. So I need you to ask the questions to the client, and then we can come to a resolution on what you need to do and how you can best serve your client. Does that make sense? Great. Does it? Give me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, and a 0 if it doesn't. Because I can't be at the signing for you, but I teach you what to do at the signing. Is that clear? So Giovanna says she's about to start the estate training. Very good. So in my estate/trust package training, good. Everybody understands that. Very good. So in my estate/trust training, though, I go over the power of attorney, deep dive into it. I go over also the trust package, because within the trust package, you may have a power of attorney. That's what we're talking about today. So you want to make sure you have your witnesses in play. When you arrive at the assignment, you want to do a little chit chat with your client just to make sure, are they alert? Even though the son said mom is alert, when I get there, I'm still going to have a little chit chat. So, hey, Miss Smith, how are you? Who's that handsome looking man over there? Or something like that, just to break the ice. Oh, that's my son, or that's my daughter, Who's that little kid over there? That's my granddaughter. So I'm just trying to make sure that she's alert, right? And they didn't just prop her up in time for me to get there to do the signing. Because things like that happen all the time. When someone is at end of life, or for whatever reason, the documents need to be signed, people will go to all kind of measures to get those documents signed, okay? Even when my own dad was sick, I was like, look, I'm prepping him before the notary got there. My mother's talking to him. She's like, look, you got to sign this paper. So we going through the whole nines with him to make sure that, hey, this paper got to be signed, Dad. I don't know, whatever y'all got going on, I don't care. But right now, this notary on their way out here, and we got to get this document signed, okay? So sometimes you do have to do what you have to do. But as the notary, I want to make sure that I'm always working from a point of an ethical standpoint and making sure I'm protecting my client and my notary commission, okay? So also, what else do you need to know about the power of attorney? So yeah, so you want to make sure you have your witnesses, make sure your client is alert. How are you going to get paid? That's another question. That's one of those screening questions. Will you be paying by cash, card? How are you paying me? Okay. Double check your work is another tip I'm going to always give you. I want you to always double check your work. I do not leave any signing. I don't care if it's long signing with 250 pages. If I'm sitting at that table, I'm going through every single page before I leave that signing. And that's what I teach you to do too. Okay. Every single page. We're going to double check it. So what does a double check look like when I'm doing my signing? I want complete silence in the room. No chit chat. Y'all know I'm big on chit chat, but no chit chat. During the time we are checking documents, I'm like, okay, everyone, I'm going to take a few minutes. You see, I always change my voice, right? I crack myself up because that's what I do at my signing too. I'm like, okay, everyone, we're going to take a few minutes and we are going to check over our documents. So what does that look like? I'm checking to see where they signed it. I'm checking to see where I signed it. I'm checking to see where they were supposed to initial. Did I stamp it correctly? Okay. These are things that you must do on every single signing. I don't care if it's 1 page, 2 page, or 250. Okay. We are doing the same process. And that's what I teach you in training. All right. So that is the power of attorney in a nutshell, just one version of it. There are many, 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 many out there that you will see. But I wanted to at least go over that with you because I do get a lot of questions about the power of attorney, who can do what. I want to talk about one more thing too when it comes to the witnesses. Now is the time while you're building your business to find additional people that can serve as your witness for you. It could be mom, dad, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, friend, a fellow notary. You need a list of people that you can call and say, hey, I have a signing over here tonight, and I might need you to serve as a witness for me, okay? I didn't realize how hard it was to have witnesses until I didn't have any. I always had a constant flow of witnesses prior to losing part of my family. They all served as witnesses for me. So not to have that, it realized I'm like, okay, oh, this is what other people go through. Okay. Sometimes you don't understand what the notaries go through. Because I had a built-in witness. My mom lived with me. My father-in-law was right around the corner. So if I called him, he like, hey, they was fighting over who's gonna be the witness. You know what I mean? So I didn't realize how hard it is to find a witness. And without a witness, guys, the signing doesn't happen. It will not happen because that document must be notarized and witnessed by 2 people typically. Each state is going to be different. Each document is going to be different, okay? So we talked about witnesses. So let's talk about the mentorship program a little bit. I'm going to take some of your questions and I want to show you my new notary journal. The people are going crazy for it and that's making me feel so happy. I actually had reduced the price on it because typically notary journals, well, let's talk about the journals since I'm talking about that. Typically notary journals are anywhere from $14.97 up for a really nice journal. But I told y'all 2025, I got you. So I actually made my journal. I'm going to show you only $12.97. I did a full video on this the other day if you didn't see it. So I have 2 versions of it. We have paperback. Okay. It says every signature matters, which is true. I love that little saying, every signature matters. And then we have the hardback. I love this hardback. Okay. And let's talk about the hardback. They actually are equally the same, but this hardback is nice and thin. It's like a little book. Look how thin it is. I love it. So with the hardback, again, and the other one, you could put your signing company in there, the address where the signing happened. You could break down your fees on the bottom because that's so important. You can break down your fees. It's a place for a thumbprint. If your state doesn't request a thumb or require a thumbprint, I'm like, please don't stress your client out, okay? Please do not stress your client out. So anyway, check out the journal at Notary Educators LLC under the Notary Supply list. And again, I just love the journal. I'm just very pleased with it. It covers everything that we need as notaries. At the time of this recording, the paperback is $12.97 and the hard cover is $29.97, I think. And I want at the end of the day, it's like $45 for a hardback. So I'm pretty proud of what we accomplished over here. Let's see. Willie Pennell says, do you always need a witness when doing a power of attorney? No. And I mentioned that earlier. You might have missed that part, Willie. How you doing? No, you do not. You do not. You do not. You do not need to have a witness every single time because each power attorney is going to be different. There are dozens of different types of power of attorney. So the one I'm talking about tonight, you will have to look at the document. It could be a general power of attorney. Typically, the general power of attorneys, it depends on what state you're in. There's a lot of variables. That's why my number one rule is don't learn documents, okay? Giovanna is saying, can we use every signature matters? What you mean, can you use it? How you want to use my phrase, Giovanna? How you want to use my phrase? Every signature matters. I love it. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. Because I put that because you have to have your witnesses sign your journal sometime. So sometimes people are like, well, I don't care about this person at the signing. I don't care about that person. Giovanna says, I love the look of the journal and how it lists the checklist and a place for notes. Oh, yeah. Oh, you must have the journal. Thank you, Giovanna. Yes. And I actually included the screening questions in the front. I actually included some screening questions for you in the front of the journal. And it's a begin date, end date. Every single thing is a notary you need because I'm a notary. So I know exactly what we need to have in this journal. So yes, there are actually screening questions. Do you have your ID? What type of ID? How many people signing? What type of payment? Are witnesses? Where and what time? So I tried to cover everything that you will need. I even have an oath in the front of the journal for you too. Oh, yes, I was just getting ready to say. Giovanna, you reading my mind. I even have an oath example. So when it comes to reading that oath, though, you don't have to read it exactly like your state handbook or this says. It's just giving you something to remember. Because if you do it a couple times, you will remember the oath. Okay, that's not a problem. Do I mind if you use every signature matters? I don't think so. Do you mind if I use it? Because I don't want you to use it and come back and be like, I own that. No, I own it. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Because it's just a phrase. It is my phrase, though, right? I don't know. I watch a lot of that Food That Built America, and people, this lady signed away her rights to her key recipe yesterday for $1. I was like, $1? But she had something else in the back end. She was a smart businesswoman. Yeah, it's cool. You can use it. I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, thank you, Charnel and Miss Giovanna. I really appreciate the kudos on the journal. I put everything into it. I love it. And yeah, you can do it. I like the phrase too. Every signature matters. I should use that for something else too. I probably will. You will see that again. Giovanna, I'm going to say no. You can't use it. Find a variation of it because you might see that again on something else. Okay. All right, good. We clear. Yeah, find something else. And it won't be that hard for you to find something else. I don't know why that just came to my mind. I really feel passionate about that. And you find something that you're passionate about too. Yeah, very good. Good, my friend. So let's talk about mentorship a little bit. How does it work? What is it? Why is it only $47? A lot of people are like, Kimmi, why is it only $47? They just can't believe it. Is it not worth more than that? Of course it is. You have, I don't know, a couple of $1,000s worth of courses over there, okay? Full retail value, but so what's included in mentorship? Included in mentorship is like 16 courses. It covers literally everything you need. How to properly notarize documents, which is going to help you overcome that fear. Many of you are still very fearful about getting out there, starting the work. There is the estate/trust course included. We just went over some of that, the power of attorney. It's not as easy as let me get out there and stamp and sign it. No, you need to know a little bit more, a lot more actually. Okay. Then also when it comes to the next course would be the specialty general notary work course, right? I cover everything in that one, proctoring, fingerprinting, all the different things that you can do with your notary stamp or as a notary or who, different things they ask notaries to do because we're trustworthy, right? Also included is the wedding officiant course. If you're thinking about starting a wedding officiant business, I have a course for you on that. I have the field inspection course. I have the I-9 course, loan signing A to Z course. All your major things that you're paying $500 each for out here is included in my notary library for only $47 per month, literally. That's not an exaggeration. You can ask anybody that's in it, and it's not watered down courses. It's my actual real courses, myself and Alexis. We have the Google My Business too if you need to build out your Google page. So literally, no excuses in 2025. When I said that January 1, I meant that. I'm here with you. I've been here with you for years anyway, but I'm actually with you now more than ever. And I ran from that for a long time because I just didn't know how to make it work. I didn't know how to make the mentorship program work for you because I run my own notary business too, right? I don't have a signing company, but I have a very, very good notary business. So I didn't know how to make the two work. Because what most people mean when they say mentorship is, can I call you to find out what color my business card should be? Can I call you to find out if I can take an expired ID? Can I call you if such? No, you cannot. Now what we're gonna do is look at that notary handbook, and then if it's still unclear, then we can address it. Okay. So the way the mentorship program is designed, though, for real, you have 16 courses. As you're watching the courses, you have some questions. You could take some notes, send me an email, talk about it in chat. Our preferred method is chat first. Each one teach one. So you put your question over in chat. We get the question answered for you. I will push back sometimes, if especially for my older people who've been with me for a minute. They know who they are. Okay. If you've been with me for 5 years and you asking me something basic, I'm gonna push back, okay? And they already know that. They already know. So, but anyway, check out All Things Notary, notaryeducatorsllc.com. Also included in the mentorship is weekly live trainings, okay? So we meet weekly, we do a little training, and then the rest of it is coaching. Every session, I'd like you to walk away with some knowledge, a deep dive of something we spoke about or you've learned about. And then from there, we actually do coaching. Okay, however long it takes. Typically an hour, hour and a half. But if it runs two, it runs two. We do what we got to do. That's just who we are. Okay, so I want you to check out the mentorship program. Again, it's only $47 per month. And don't forget the replays and the chat. Let's talk about the chat feature. So the chat feature is via GroupMe. It's a private group. You must be an active paid member in order to access that. Okay, so in the chat though, you're constantly learning all day long because as Jabana has her signing and as they will start coming in, she'll be asking questions. So the next person, Charnel, might be like, oh, that's how you handle that. So when it comes up for her, she may not have to ask it, or it'll already be in her data bank where she knows a little bit about it. And then I just need to come in here and kind of, like I say, clean it up. Okay. If you're stuck out on an assignment real time, you just let us know. We'll call you if we need to. If we can answer it in the chat, we'll always start there. But we are here for you. And we run the chat from like 9 a.m. to almost 11 at night. Because I know we got a lot of people on the West Coast. We have a lot of California people. We got Nevada people, Arizona people. So out that way, you know, we got a 3-hour time difference. So we try to stay open. Let's see. What questions do we have? IWG Lover says, do you have to belong to your mentoring program to purchase a journal? No, you don't. No. Anybody could buy the journal. It's only $12.99. And again, for the paperback and then the hardback is $29.97, I think. Nope, you don't have to be a member to buy the journal. It's a beautiful journal too. I love it. I mean, the journal itself is a teaching. Y'all know how I do. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, do people take issue with what I give away and how we operate our business? Yeah, but I don't care no more than you should care what somebody say about your business. If you're a little bit cheaper than somebody else or give away more services or whatever, you run your business how you see fit. And I know my clientele, both in my notary business and my educational space, and I know you've already paid $500 over here, $1,000 over there. You still don't know what to do. You still got all this training, you got all this stuff, all these certificates. And people ask me, well, does your mentorship include certificates? Yes, it does. I did not want to include them, I'll be honest with you, but it was a provision that's provided by Kajabi. So it is available. I don't like a whole lot of certifications because they're just not required. They're just not. Knowledge is what's going to get you work. Nobody's ever going to ask you, except one or two signing companies out there, who did you train with? And that's because they want you to take their training. Okay. That's real talk. But signing companies and attorneys don't call me and say, hey, Kimberly, I'd love to hire you, but I'd like to know who you trained with first. What certifications do you have? Not. They want to know I know how to stamp that paper. Okay. That's what you need to know. Can you stamp that paper? That's the point. And can you do it without errors? Right? Can you execute a signing? That's what they want to know. And yes, your girl can execute a signing, okay? And I'm so proud of one of our students because she was at an attorney signing yesterday and the attorney did not do the venue and the date. And my notary, I'm going to claim her. I'm going to claim her. She handled it and corrected it and helped him to get it corrected or whatever. So I was very proud of her. I was like, you go, girl. She was like, yeah, because I remember watching the course or whatever. So the course works. The program works. If you work the program works. All right. So yeah, you can buy the journal. Charnel says, what was Charnel's question? Because she's like, yes, thanks. I'll see what your journal said. What your question was, Charnel. But you're welcome, though. Giovanna says, do we get notices when it's time to renew each month? No, you do not. Not to my knowledge. So what happens is you just, whatever date you sign up. So if you sign up on the first of the month, your payment comes out on the first. You can cancel at any time. A lot of times people want to call me and say, hey, I'm canceling. It's okay. We're going to be friends. I'm not mad. You can cancel at any time. You just need to cancel a day or two before your payment is supposed to come out. Okay. So it renews on the first of every month. So what I do with all of my auto renewals is I put it in my telephone, even my cell phone bill. My cell phone is due on the 6th of the month. Every 6th of the month, I get an alert on my phone. So if you want to stop your payment prior to that, you can. Before that date, you can stop it. There's no pressure. You don't have to call me. Just log in the same way you signed up. You can exit the program whenever you get ready to, okay? It's not an annual commitment either. I get that question a lot. Do we have to pay annually? Now, I'm seeing that a lot, so I'm like, do I need to do that? Do I need to start offering annual memberships? And I know why people do that. But again, if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm being funny, but I'm not going to try to hold you to a contract or keep you committed for 3-6 months. I'm just not. I don't play games like that. I don't have to. And I'm not saying that the other people are playing games. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is it's month to month. So whatever you can get from the program for $47 is yours. If you could watch all 16 programs in 1 month and you feel like you're good to go, peace. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. No question. I was just thanking you for the resources that are reasonable. Oh, you are so sweet. I love it. And that's why I do what I do, Charnel. People like you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And I have a couple more free resources for you. I'm so pleased to announce, if you go under free resources, I'm going to do a whole other video on this. If you go under free resources, I now have a little checklist. There are 3 checklists. There's one for general notary work, just getting started. There's one if you want to become a notary signing agent. And there's also an apostille checklist also for those wanting to get started. And then there's also a link for the EIN number because a lot of people are paying people for EIN numbers. You don't have to. It's free. I have the link over at the website for you. Again, notaryeducatorsllc.com. LLCs, if you want more information, you can check it out right there. So I got a lot of free resources for you. Charnel says, I will be getting the program. I also need the apostille program. Guess what? Even the apostille training is included in the mentorship program. I've included all the courses. So if you want to buy them separately, you can. They're 60% off and the coupon code is WIN2025, okay? 2025, 2025, WIN 2025 is your coupon code, okay? So even apostille is included. Wedding officiant, remote online notary. I got every part of the notary space under one umbrella. It's your Netflix for notaries. Not to mention I'm there live, okay? Weekly, either myself or Alexis. We haven't let Jeff do a whole meeting by himself yet. Let's talk about that one. We'll probably let him do like a what you call it? Like technical session. Technical. He's a full-blown notary / signing agent though, so he could get it done if he got to. But y'all know he don't really like the camera, so it's okay. We'll keep him around anyway. He earns his keep. Let's see. I will be getting, okay. Charnel says, I appreciate you because it's hard out here. I know, girl. I know. Charnel, believe me when I tell you. That's why, again, I ain't gonna say it. I hate to say it again. But I came to the conclusion. I talked to my team. 2025, we are going to get it. If you want to know this business, no more excuses. There aren't any. Well, training is $500. It may be with somebody else. It really may be. I ain't gonna lie, because I know people still charging $500 for this certification, $400 for this certification, $600 a year for this membership. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they're probably making some money. But I'm not here just for the money. I'm not. I am here to make money. Just like I want you to make money. And when you make money, I make money. Why? Because you're going to get in Facebook and you're going to tell them, hey, I'm a part of Notary Educators. Hey, Kimmi's teaching me this. Hey, I love Kimmi's journal. So I compare it to like Google. I always tell you guys, if you work your Google page and you know how to do that SEO, search engine optimization, and you get in a 3-pack, Google will work for you. Okay? That's how it is in my notary education space. I teach you. I give you everything. I hold nothing back. I'm not the gatekeeper. I ain't trying to charge you for everything. Even my new little sheets, my worksheets, everybody was like, they free? Yeah. I paid to have somebody create the worksheet. It's not free to me, but it's free to you. I paid 2 people actually to do the worksheets, okay? But that's another story. But my point is that I believe very truly and very firmly in when you give, you receive. I have always been like that. Always. I had a daycare, and my neighbor also was trying to start a daycare at the same time, right across the street from me. So it's an elementary school, was my target school, and hers too. She saw what I was doing and she was like, ooh. She was like, hey, Kim, can you tell me about this daycare thing? So I never hesitated. Never hesitated. I gave her everything I knew. And everybody would come by and say, you told her about how to start a daycare. She's right on the corner from you. She's the competition, right? And I was like, what's for me is for me. And I really do believe that too. Because she can't do me, I can't do her. There are certain things about her that people loved, and certain things about me people like. There are things that people don't like about me, but they may love it about her. So we're 2 different people. We ran our daycares completely different. She copied everything I did, but she still couldn't do me, and I still couldn't do her, whatever that looks like, right? So this is why I tell you this story. So even though I shared everything I could with her, literally everything, I took her step by step to help her. Somebody told me about the business too, actually. So that's how I even knew about it. I did aftercare kids only. They came from 2 to 6:30. It's a good hustle out there for anybody if you're thinking about it. So I kept after kids school only. Okay. They came from 2 to 6:30. I would pick them up. And then finally, I didn't want the liability in my vehicle. So I started letting them catch the bus to my house. The parents were okay with that. And they dropped them off at the corner because my insurance was like, hey, if something happens to one of these children in the car, you are in trouble. So I said, well, I can't take that kind of risk. I wasn't making that kind of money. Even I don't care how much money you make. You ain't trying to take that kind of risk with somebody's child. Okay. So they got dropped off at the corner. And anyway, one day I'm talking to my neighbor, and I was able to get money from the state because I gave my children a meal. So the way it works at daycare during this time, if you gave your child snack, you would get a certain amount of money. If you gave them dinner, you would get a certain amount of money. So one day she and I were talking. She was like, hey, my person just left that helps me get the food program or whatever. And she was telling me about such and such. And she was getting like $300-400 a month. My neighbor was, I was only getting $15 a month. And I was like, wait a minute, what is she doing over there? So my neighbor told me exactly what to do. I transferred to her person. They hooked me up. I went from getting $15 a month to also getting $300-400 a month. So again, I helped her, but she knew something else that I didn't know. So if I'm the gatekeeper, and that happens even in mentorship. That happens in mentorship. Yeah, they pay a monthly fee. It's $47. And they drop gems. I drop gems. This notary journal right here, the hardback, came about because a person in our mentorship was like, hey, does it come in hardback? And I was like, And then I thought about it. I said, well, why can't it? And I created it, and I love it. The hardback, I'm telling you. So anyway, the point being is each one teach one. If I didn't have the mentorship, I wouldn't have no journal. I wouldn't know about hardback. I knew that it existed, so don't get me wrong. I got other journals already in here on the channel. Before I even created this one, I had the specialty journal, which I did not take it away. It's still there. But I don't talk about it as much because this one journal is all inclusive. You can put your specialty work and everything. The reason I didn't have this journal before is because Angela had one when she was on the platform with us. So I wouldn't dare sell one, and my friend is selling one. But now that she's gone, well, guess what? Your girl got her own journal, okay? So anyway, That being the case, but I listened to my student and he was like, hey, can you do such and such? And I'm like, why can't we? So I get all kind of tips. The field inspection course, I had a little piece of field inspection course in the specialty course that I already offer. But then somebody was telling me about their field inspection, one of my students, and I was like, you know what? I think I could do a deeper dive into that. And that's what I did. So I wrote the whole field inspection course. And people were always asking me, do you have a field inspection course? Do you have a field inspection course? And I was like, yeah, I got a little piece in the specialty course, but that's not what they wanted. So this is, as I'm telling you what's going on in my business, take these as gems for your business. Your clients will tell you what they want. The point is, are you going to listen to them? Okay. I had clients asking me, my notary clients asking me, hey, for field inspection, do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? And I try to push them into something else. That's not what they wanted. They wanted a full-blown field inspection course. So the field inspection course is doing well. People love it. If you're interested in making $50 an hour, check it out. But my point is, listen to your clients. Somebody in mentorship last night, they said, we had a session last night. Their question was, well, how do I know if I'm charging too much? If all your clients are telling you no, 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 you probably might be charging too much. But then two, you got to do your market research. Okay, just because 3 people told you no, the other 7 might say yes. So you have to take time in your business to work your business. You have to. It's not all about I'm gonna sit back and it's just gonna come in, money just gonna come. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You have to work the business. I'm working in my business all day, every day, doing something. Now, am I working in it 24/7? No. But it might be an hour I'm working on this. This morning I had to get some thumbnails created. Okay. I had to tweak some stuff with that, tweak some Canva sayings or whatever. So I'm always working in my business, but your clients will tell you what they want. And if you listen to them, you will do well. If you ignore them, and how do you know what your clients like? They will tell you when you are pricing your services, one. They will also let you know when it comes to reviews. If your reviews are whack, then that means, hey, I need to do something different in my business. If everybody not leaving you a 5-star, now people gonna have a bad day, right? But if the majority of the people are leaving you terrible reviews, you need to think about it. Sorry, y'all, my throat dry. Yep, if you got a majority of 3 stars, 4 stars, 2 stars, it's a problem. You are the problem. It's your business. It starts at the top. If something is wrong in Notary Educators, I get a complaint about something, which is so rare, thank God, okay? Because we handle business. It's so rare. But if something's not right over here, I am on it. Somebody send me an email, they're like, Kimmi, my password's not working. Or Kimmi, I can't access my course. I lost my course from 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 4 years ago. I'm like, hold up 1 second. I stop whatever I'm doing, I get it done. Okay, that's how I'm here. I'm here about longevity. So you don't have no YouTube channel, almost 25,000 people, 10,000 on these other platforms, and you don't deliver what you say. You just don't. You just don't. So I'm all about delivering on what I promise, and that's what I want you to do in your business. If you tell somebody you're gonna be there at 6 o'clock, be there at 6 o'clock. Actually, be there at 5:50, because I talked about that in one of my trainings. I talk about that all the time, actually. If you arrive on time, you're late. Okay? If you're supposed to be there at 7 o'clock, you need to be there at 6:50. If you tell them it's going to be $45, don't be changing the price on them just because you feel bad. You saw they had 1 extra document. Maybe, maybe not. Can I just throw that 1 extra document in there? You know what I'm saying? So these are all little tips. I hope you're taking notes, guys, because I'm dropping gems, okay? But I'm just saying, and learn from me. Just like I watch other TV shows. I was watching, like I said, I love The Food That Built America and shows like that, the Titans That Built America. I love stuff like that. I learned from them. I'm like, dang, that's a boss move, okay? At one time, I was watching one of those Built America programs. They were talking about the guy at Avis and Hertz rental cars. So we started offering rental service on our courses. You could rent them. And I was like, who's going to rent the course? Yes, people did want to rent the course. And when I took that feature away, well, it wasn't really me. It was Gumroad. Gumroad was like, they're not offering that no more. When they took that feature away, people were like, hey, Kimmi, why is that gone? I really like where I could rent the course, watch it for 3 days, and that's it. And I was like, I never would have thought people would want to do that. But you never know what people want to do. And I got the idea from watching the Men That Built America, okay? Titans That Built America. Avis, Ford, Hertz. These are all real names. They're not just fake names. And it's funny when you really know their history and you look into where Toll House Cookie, that's what they were talking about yesterday on the Food That Built America. All those different shows like that, these people be dropping gems, honey. If you really between the lines and you read between the lines and they're like, oh, okay, she did ABC. Now you can do that in your business. I don't care how big or small your business is. If you're really listening and you're paying attention, then you will be able to win out here. Okay. And I had one more question. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get ready to start kind of wrapping up. Let me Jabana says, Kimmi, I really do feel your compassion is just so authentic, and that is why I signed up. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, Jabana, I got you, girl. Everybody, for real. I really do want everybody to win. I do. Charlene says, what's the website to order again? Yes, it's notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay. notaryeducatorsllc.com. And let me get these last couple of questions, and I want to go over one more story. Remind me, because I'm going to forget. It's about someone just asked me, is it a bad time to open a business with everything that's going on in the news? Okay. That's what I want to talk about really quick. Charnel says, I'm in Maryland and I need to tip it. That's costly, plus barely getting paid by some signing companies. So just hold off right now, Charnel. You can do your general notary work and then just save your money towards a tipping. How much is a tipping in Maryland anyway? How much is it? And I'm going to highly encourage you to go ahead and get the tippet because your fees are really limited in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. What you can charge for general notary work is really limited. So that's where you're going to make your money is with the signing companies. So sign it with more than one. Okay. And then you also want to work on learning apostilles in your state because that's not regulated by the state. Okay. So I know that tippet is, it can be a beast to pass. One, and then like you said, it's costly. Okay. So I want you to focus on learning the apostille business too, okay? And then also do your general notary work. But again, you have that cap on your fees, so it may not be as lucrative. So my people in Maryland, I usually tell them to focus on loan signings and focus on apostille work, okay? Your other specialty courses, even inspections, field inspections would be good for you too, okay? Because those things are not regulated by the state, okay? $500. Wow. Hey Sharon, how are you? Michigan's in the house. Go blue. Charnel says it's $500 for tipping. Jabana says, what is tipping? Tipping is for the I-9. Are you talking about the I-9 form, Charnel? Not R9, I-9, like Igloo 9. Is that what you're talking about? The tipping is a license that is required in Maryland. It's in Maryland. It's before they can do certain loan signings and stuff like that, they have to have this a particular license. It's called a title producing license. I-9. Yes, Charnel. Yeah, you can do the I-9 too. I-9 is immigration. Yep. And I have an I-9 course too. Everything you need, literally. When I tell y'all I got everything you need to get started in this business, it's there. So the TIPIC is a title producing license, okay? And that's not every state. Maryland is required to have that. Virginia has a little something there where they can't collect cash. Each state has a little bit. I don't have all my stuff in front of me, but each state, you can Google it too. But each state has a little something different. I'm in an attorney state, so people often think, well, you can't make money in Georgia. Yeah, you can. South Carolina, North Carolina are also attorney states. They make money all day long. So it's just you got to know the business. So let's talk about this last story really quick. This last story. So someone in my chat here on YouTube, one of the comments, they were so desperate. I could hear it in the question, and they were like, "Hey, I really want to start a business, but with so much going on in the world right now, I'm just really hesitant. Is this a good time to start a business?" And the way they even worded the question, it just broke my heart because you could tell that person is just broken. They don't know what to do, which way is up. And I told them it's not a better time to start than right now. People are losing their jobs left and right. You know, sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. You just get an email, hey, you're no longer needed. Your services are done. I've never had that happen to me. I cannot even imagine what that feels like. I have never had that happen. All my jobs, I had not a lot. I worked at the bank for 20 years, two different banks for 10 years here, 10 years there. So I've always had stability. I worked at the hospital for 8 years. So I say all that to say I've never had that experience. So I cannot even imagine what that feels like. You've been at a company for 20, 30 years and you think you're going to retire there, and all of a sudden you get a letter saying you out. Bye. We don't need you. You're gone. I know I said you out earlier, but you're gone. Okay. And I remember even with my husband when they took his 401k at his job. He had been there 20, no, he had been there 15 years, 15. And we really thought like 20, 25 years, he'll be able to get a full blown retirement from that company. And they sent out something just one day. We're stopping the 401k plan. Oh, oh, really? Oh, yes, they did. So they stopped it. You do what you have to do. You save your money the best way you can. And that would be in a 401k. Okay. Whereas before it was guaranteed, hey, we got you when you turn a certain age. So it happens all day long. It's happening on a grand scale right now. So I say all that to say this: there's never been a better time to take control of your life. Okay. Is it harder doing your own business and not having somebody tell you what to do every single step of the way? Yep. Is it more rewarding? Yep. Okay. Is it scary? Yep. Yep. And yep. Yes, yes, and yes. It is very scary. But is it also scary not knowing where your next meal gonna come from? Because you've put all your eggs into this one basket with this one company telling you what you gonna do, what you cannot do. Yeah, that's scary too. So you got to pick your scary. Like they say, pick your poison. Keep your full-time job. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm just saying have something else building over here in the process. Okay? We're building. This is not the sexy part. See, people want to hear me talk about the money. Money, money. I ain't talking about money. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about longevity. I'm talking about learning this business. I'm talking about growing this business, starting your business, and not being afraid anymore. Okay? So is it a good time to start a business? Heck, yes, it is. It really is. It's no better time to start. And guess what, guys? It's tax season. If you're doing your taxes right now and you don't have a business, you're gonna have a problem. Okay. And this is something we learned since we've been doing this business full time now, the last few years. If you are a business owner, the tax code, and I've heard this all my life, but it went like, whatever, I have a job. I don't care. I pay my taxes. Give back my refund. If you're getting a tax refund, you shouldn't even be getting one. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but I do Dave Ramsey over here. All right. I try anyway. Can't do it perfectly. Dave don't believe in no debt, but that's another story. But anyway, because he used to always say, if you're getting a refund, you're overpaying. You need to reduce your allowances and exemptions. Okay. So I'm not a tax professional, but I'm just telling you. And that's true though. So we actually have done it both ways. I let them give me a refund. I mean, they're taking too much. So if you're getting a tax refund, it's not like, oh, they're giving me money back. Yay. No, that's your money. It's not no refund from the government. That's your money that they took out of your taxes that you could have been investing or doing something else with that belonged to you. You loaned the money at 0%. Okay. You loaned the government money and they're like, April 15th, you get it all back. Okay. All right. So Giovanna says, me too, just picked up a book at the Goodwill. It's been a great read. Yeah, it's not just a read, baby. Giovanna, work the program, even Dave Ramsey program. If you work his program, the program will work. Okay. It's real talk. It's real talk. I remember when I found him, and this is not that channel, so I won't bore y'all because you're here for notary. But I'm gonna tell you a story. I found Dave Ramsey. I was on my way to work one day and I saw this sign and it said, you can be debt free. And I was like, what is he selling? How are you gonna be debt free? Like how that's gonna really happen? And I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them that exact thing I just told y'all. And they was like, oh yeah, we've been doing it for years. How come I didn't know about it? I used to work at the bank, okay? So when I found Dave Ramsey, I worked at the bank another 3 years after I found him, I guess, 3 or 4. The last 3 or 4 years I was at that bank, I could not sell the way I sold before. I couldn't, not in good faith. How am I going to put this little 18-year-old in all this credit card debt? And I told my boss that one day. I was like, I cannot tell these people, yeah, do a home equity on your home when I know that you taking the equity out now means you ain't gonna have no equity later. Okay. And your girl made that mistake. I've done anything with money. I have done it. I know how to do it. And I can tell you what to do to get out everything. Okay. So that's my other channel was business. It's called Business Life with Kimmi. Now I haven't been working that channel. I just haven't really had time. I've been so focused over here on my notary space. But because this is how I work. This is what I eat off of. But my other passion, if you did not know, is business and money and helping people to be debt free, helping people. And if you can't be debt free, just eliminate and reduce some of the debt. You sleep a little bit different at night. You even charge your clients different. So we had this conversation in class the other night. It comes up quite frequently because you've never heard me say go out and get business credit. I've been here for 5 years on YouTube, almost 5. You have never, ever, ever heard me say, go get a business credit card or go get an Amazon card. I know Amazon has something you can get, or Uline and all this stuff to try to build business credit so you can go get a printer. I've never said that. Ever, ever. I won't say that because I don't do that. I don't tell you do nothing here that I don't do. Okay. So what I did when I was building my business, and I tell every single student, I just told somebody that earlier, that $500. Somebody else might have said, go try to find you some kind of fake grant out there, or go get you a credit card, or go do this. I'm not going to tell you that because I don't do that. Now, what I did do is I took my hospital money that I was earning, my husband's money that he was earning. I would buy a little bit at a time. When I bought my printer, I think it was like 600. Was it 600, Jeff? How much was that printer? I don't even know if he's listening because he got earbuds. But when I bought my printer, it was between $300 to $600. I don't remember because I've been doing this for a long time. But whatever it was, I got my printer, I got my scanner. I didn't get it all in one day. I sure did not. I bought one piece of equipment, then I bought the next piece of equipment, then I bought this, then I bought that. And that's what I tell my students to do too. Now, is it sexy? Nope. Somebody else was like, girl, go get you a grant, get this business credit, go to Uline, go to Amazon and get this DUNS number and do this and get the Sam's number and be a woman business and all. I know how to do all that. Okay. It's not that I don't know how to do it. I don't do it. I do it the old fashioned way, and it's been working. Go out there, you earn a little money, you buy what you need, put it in an envelope, whatever you got to do. Okay. Let's see. Giovanna says she is going to work the program. Yes, honey. Total Money Makeover. It works. The baby steps. Number 1, I know them by heart. Get that $1,000. Okay. List those debts, smallest to largest. So that's my other passion, though, for real, is helping people with money. A lot of some things do come down to culture and race. There are plenty of races who don't have this problem. There are plenty that do. Okay, plenty that do. So all you gotta do is read your local paper, check out the news. It's not just me saying it, and it's not racial, but sometimes things just come down to facts. Okay. So I'm off my soapbox. I got about 7 minutes. Any other questions you guys have? Thank you all for joining me tonight. We covered a lot of information, but I hope you had a pen and paper ready. I see we got some new people too. So if you got any questions, you can go back and watch the replay. We talked about the power of attorney. We talked about the notary journal and the notary mentorship. Blue True, I'm so glad you're here. Happy Monday to you too. So I still have the healthy channel. I just haven't posted on there. I was telling Jeffrey earlier because I don't have nothing healthy I've been doing. I'm maintaining, but I gained 15 pounds from when I started. I had lost a total of 27. So I've gained quite a bit back. So I just haven't been doing anything on the channel. I said I might need to get back over there on the channel so it'll help motivate me some. But I have that channel, and I also have my Business Life with Kimmi I was just talking about. And I haven't been doing anything with that channel. I've been doing all things notary. All things notary, girl. So I'm getting back into my health, though. I've never stopped. I've never just completely stopped. That's why I didn't gain all the weight back. I didn't do pills or drugs or anything like that. I just cut back and did Weight Watchers. So I'm not completely like off of it. I just came back from walking right now. I wasn't going to go live tonight, but when I came back from walking and that air hit them lungs, and I was like, get it, girl. You can go live. So that's what I did. So, all right, let's get this last comment. What is up? What is up? Giovanna says, oh my God, this is just God confirmation and leading me in my step. A lot of what you have been sharing tonight is some of the things God has been dropping in my spirit. Oh, you are so sweet, Javonna. Y'all gonna make me cry. I was crying earlier today about something else that happened. Today was just a great day for me. It really was. Um, Thank you, Giovanna, and I wish you the best. And let me keep me posted on your journey with your day plan too. We can talk about that, okay? I would not mind sharing with you. Let's see. Blue True says, "You look good. Guys, continue best health to you and your hubby always." Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do feel well. I actually do, but I just know I want to get back to where I was because I was telling him earlier I went to zip up my boots recently. I went to a little function, gathering, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking all cute. And I gotta put my boots on and they won't zip up. And I was like, oh my God, my boots won't zip. So that was like, oh no. And summertime is coming. So, when the summer is coming, I think it's that winter thing too. And it's been from all last year, so maybe not just the winter thing. But the winter time is a little harder because you're in the house. And the summer roll around, you ready to get out and put on less clothes. And you want to look good when you put your clothes on. So I'm about trying to get back there, Blue True. Appreciate it. Well, guys, I am going to head out. No more comments really quick. We got 4 minutes and that'll be an hour. Let me know if there's anything else that we need to discuss quickly. All things notary, notaryeducatorsllc.com. You can find out about all things notary. And don't forget the free resources too. Always start there because I usually find too, you're a better student once you've actually looked at some of the free stuff and you know what you're getting into. You know how I teach, you know what we do. So check out everything here on the channel. Okay. Well, I'm going to say good night because I waited for you all. Nothing else is new. Again, thank you for rocking with me and Notary Educators with Kimmi. As always, be blessed and we wish you the best in your business too, okay? Bye, guys.